Hey, what's up, guys? This is Doa, and I'm extremely excited because we've got another support hero in the game. Well, he's almost in the game. He's on the PTR right now. It's about half an hour ago or so. His name is Baptiste, and he's a really neat support. So let's get into it. I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun playing this guy because one of my favorite heroes in the game has always been Soldier 76. I've always liked the medium range effective characters, as Zenyatta I think falls into that category too, where you're deadly from kind of a medium range. And Baptiste definitely falls into that as well. But I suppose I should probably slow down rather than bouncing over the place and actually explain what his abilities do. So let's do that. As you can see, his primary fire is a 3-round burst. And if you play Soldier 76 at all, he's going to feel really comfortable. Take that. Because it's kind of like if you're shooting at someone from longer range, you kind of want to burst with 76 instead of just hold the button down. And that's kind of what this feels like, is that little burst of fire before Soldier 76's bullets start to kind of spread out a little bit. You can just hold it down, and that's about how fast it'll fire. I like to click it individually, just as kind of my style. I don't know, more control. Die, die! There we go. Not the third die. The third die was, then I'd be talking about Reaper. But anyway, he's got a super jump as well. As you can see, you can charge it with the left click, and how much you charge it decides how much you jump. It can be pretty high. You can charge it up and just leave it sit for just a moment. It doesn't last very long, but it does kind of hang around a little bit. So you don't have to use it immediately after hitting control. It's a little bit tricky because, of course, you slow down when you crouch, so that does make him a little bit more vulnerable. I think you're going to see a lot of crouching Baptiste get killed early on because people will be like, I need to super jump. There we go. But now, the term tactical crouching really does have a real in-game reflection, as Baptiste's crouching is totally tactical. He's just powering up his super jump. That's all he's doing. He's just powering up his super jump, guys. But it's going to be fun. I think, because Baptiste has kind of limited options when it comes to like 1v1 fights, and as a support player, I'm always thinking about 1v1 fights because I've had to fight off like a billion tracers. So the thing with him is you can kind of partially charge it and use it to kind of be more elusive, which I think is going to be nice. Obviously, his self-heal is going to help him keep in the fight, despite that he has, like, less attacks than other ones. But I think it's going to be... Anytime you can kind of bounce around and make your opponent have to, like, look and do crazy things is going to help you win those generally unequal support versus everybody else in the game fights. So, something to kind of keep in mind. Keep in mind, I'm also take it with a grain of scrub because I'm a plat player, so that applies to me and plat. It might not apply to you, depending on the rank you play in. So let's take a look at his healing abilities now. His one you're going to be using the most probably is going to be his right click. It is a grenade that explodes on whatever surface it hits and heals people nearby. People were asking if it does damage. It does not. Does not do any damage. Only his left click does damage. Left click in melee does damage for Baptiste. If it's full health, if your ally is full health, the grenade goes through them, just like Ana's primary fire. Which is kind of nice, because, man, before they made that change to Ana, it was so annoying to, like, try to heal your tank and then, like, somebody gets in the way and you can't heal him and he dies and then everyone blames you. And I don't have any deep-seated emotional trauma from that at all. But his other ability that heals is a healing burst. It's called the regenerative burst. I should use all the official titles, but basically you activate it once and it puts a heal over time on people. I'm not 100% sure if it is a radius effect, like Lucio's Amp It Up, or if it is just a straight up heal over time that you apply and then it doesn't matter how far you go away, it keeps going. I think it just applies it. But I'll need some more people to help me do some testing to find out. But either way, it is pretty strong, so when you combine that with the grenades, you're going to be able to keep people healed pretty well. The other big tool for keeping people healed is called the Immortality Field. So put it out with E. It's got HP, so it can be destroyed, but as you can see, it kind of locks off a part of a player's health bar, so they cannot be damaged. So while that's locked off, you can keep people healed and stuff like that. So just a way to save some teammates, and there's going to be probably a lot of callouts of like, kill the Immortality Field, kill the field or something like that, because you got to DPS that down or nobody's going to die in there. So that's going to be a really interesting ability to see used in team fights, because it does die relatively quickly, but at the same time, it can be a profound way to live through like Junkrat tires, things like that, you know. So if it's not dealt with soon, it can make a big difference. There was a character, or there is, I should say, a character in League of Legends that has that ability, or something similar to it, rather, as an ultimate. So I'm curious to see how that's going to work as just like a regular ability in the game for Overwatch. But either way, I think it is cool. It's a cool kind of alternative healing type ability for a game like this. As we all know, Overwatch is, you know, at least 50, maybe even 60% MOBA, so I think it's totally fine to have in there. Let's see if I missed anything else. His ultimate, right? Of course, his ultimate's really interesting. It is called the Amplification Matrix. So get ready to enter the Matrix. But actually, what's going to enter the Matrix is your bullets. Your bullets are going to enter the Matrix, and when they come out the other side of the Matrix, they're going to do double damage. Same goes for healing. You can orient it kind of like a Mei wall by hitting Q multiple times. You can change the orientation. You place it, and then any damage going through it gets boosted. Healing that goes through it gets boosted as well, which I would love to show you, but my allies are all dead right now. But it doubles that too, basically. And you can shoot through either side too, so you can kind of cross back and forth between it. It doesn't last very long. I think it's 10 seconds that it lasts for, and it's not huge as you can see. But man, you put that up in front of a Widowmaker or like a Soldier 76. That's going to be a lot of damage. I mean, it's just going to be a lot of damage in general for everybody to have to deal with on the other side. So now the question everybody wants to talk about is, what is Baptiste going to do about GOATs? What's he going to do about the triple tank, triple sport competition rather? And I think at this point, without really seeing him in action, it's of course it's hard to say exactly how things are going to change, but just gut reaction, I think it's going to, it obviously has some benefits for GOATs in that it's got a lot of AoE healing, but it also has some very anti-GOATs characteristics as far as his kit goes, in that you've got the amplification matrix to kind of burn down through a lot of tanks, to really kind of tear through a death ball if you put it in the right place. And he's also got things like the immortality field, so you know you're gonna be able to keep people alive when the big fight starts. Again, that kind of something that benefits GOATs as well. So I don't know if Baptiste is really the GOATs killer per se, but I think he does provide like a couple tools at least, especially in terms of the amplification matrix that helps teams maybe create alternative compositions to GOATs. Which I think is really what we want to do. Like, we don't want to get rid of the triple tank, triple support comp completely, because it's a cool comp. It's a neat comp, and it definitely should have its place in Overwatch. What we want to do is find ways to create alternatives. Because the problem isn't that we have GOATs on every... The problem isn't GOATs. The problem is that right now we see GOATs on, like, nearly every map and nearly every point. So, it's cool, we just want to see some alternatives. And I think Baptiste is going to help people kind of build those alternative comps. I don't want to try to like brainstorm that right now here because I just haven't given it enough thought, but I think it's definitely something that can happen. But either way, really neat hero. It's going to be really fun to play. I love the idea that I can just kind of sit back and like plink people with this left click. The gun feels super satisfying actually to fire, which is important for an FPS. It has to feel like it's got some weight to it, which it does. The super jump thing is going to take some getting used to, but I think it's going to be a really neat ability to kind of get better at using on the fly. And yeah, all in all, really cool character. I think every time they come out with a new hero in Overwatch, I kind of wonder, well, what can you do now? And they always seem to find a really intriguing kit to make you want to play with it. So yeah, it's really neat. So that's anyway the breakdown of Baptiste. Quick short video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to put another video or two up of me hopefully playing him in some quick play games on the PTR. And if I can actually select him quick enough, we'll see. But either way, this was just a short explainer video to introduce you to the hero. And of course, we have to find out what his falling to his doom sounds like. Let's listen. Okay, that's solid. Alright, good enough. Always got to find out what the falling to your doom sounds like too. That's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.